always questioning, should I be homeschooling? You know, am I going to completely screw up my kids because of this? Or am I doing the right thing? And so you have to keep coming back to the beginning of the question, why did I decide to do this in the first place? Hi, I'm Lisa and I'm wife to Simon, and I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Well, both myself and my husband were keen to do it, and I really just felt called to it. I wanted to be the number one person to have the most influence in my children's life, especially while they were young. So when I started out the journey of homeschooling, I started with a lot of enthusiasm. Like I said, I'd been to teachers' college, but I very quickly realised that homeschooling is not just about doing school at home. It's a real huge change of mindset. You're not just wanting to mimic what they do at school. And I very quickly found that as my children got older, they wouldn't just sit down and do their schoolwork like a good boy or girl. So I had to get creative. So yeah, in the beginning we did do the usual writing, maths, and you know, a little bit of science and those sort of things, and lots of extracurricular stuff, hanging out with friends. But particularly when my boys got older, they showed more and more resistance to me teaching them, and I knew they liked the computer, so I figured, okay, I'll try and find a computer curriculum. And it just meant that I wasn't constantly cracking the whip. My philosophy in homeschooling is really that children will learn through living life, and so it's important to give them lots and lots of unique and varied experiences. I've taken my children on missions trips to Vanuatu in Papua New Guinea. But yeah, just getting out and living life, they learn so much. And don't be afraid to let them do things like Minecraft, because they actually are learning. With homeschooling, you're forever adapting and changing. And of course, all your children are different, so you have to kind of assess what their interests are, what their kind of style of learning is, and cater to that as much as you can. I tried the whole computer curriculum with my daughter once she was older, but she just did not adapt well to that, so I gave up on that and had to try and find something else. And to be perfectly honest, I never really found that one thing that worked for me. So, not curriculum-wise anyway, but what did work was letting them experience life and learn through doing stuff. My biggest struggle, I think, with homeschooling has always been really the struggle in my mind. And I would say that the first 5 years in particular, it was a battle of the mind. Because you're constantly, I think as women we kind of do this anyway, but you're constantly questioning, am I teaching them the right thing? Am I doing enough? Am I pushing them hard enough? Am I pushing them too hard? And so you beat yourself up all the time mentally, and you're always questioning, should I be homeschooling? You know, am I going to completely screw up my kids because of this? Or am I doing the right thing? And so you have to keep coming back to the beginning of the question, why did I decide to do this in the first place? Why am I doing this? And for me it was that call. I just felt that I was called to do it, and that I wanted to be the strongest influence in my children's life. And that not to say that I didn't have other people that I allowed into their lives, like coaches and teachers, but I could choose who those people were, and that was important to me. So yeah, my biggest challenge was definitely mental. My biggest accomplishment is now that I'm out the other side. I'm getting emotional. I can look back. I really, through those years, did not truly value what I was doing and the input that I had in my children's lives. And I'm really seeing that now. I absolutely loved the teenage years. I enjoy my children so much, and it's just so beautiful to see them flourishing. When you let them go and pursue what they're passionate about, it's just a beautiful thing. My daughter has always shown that she's good with children, and so now she's going to train as a nanny in early childhood. And my son joined, my middle son, he joined a robotics club when he was about 13 or 14. And oh my goodness, like, for example, I never taught the guy any physics or anything like that. But he did an aptitude test at the beginning of last year to get into this aeronautical engineering course with Air New Zealand, and he pretty much aced the physics, aced the aptitude test, and I was like, how did he do that? I didn't teach him that. But because he did robotics and because he was passionate about learning things, he learned for himself. He pursued the knowledge and found out for himself. So I didn't have to stand over him with a whip, and make him do physics. So yeah, and now my oldest son too, just seeing him finish his training in IT and go out to work, and just seeing my children growing up and flourishing is my greatest accomplishment. I would encourage you to keep going, to persevere. Goodness knows I have had so many times when I have wanted to throw in the towel, because it is tough. Your children will resist you because you're their mother. They don't have other children to kind of feed off. They don't have the peer pressure to conform like they do at school. So that makes it hard. But persevere, because I'm now coming out of 16 years, I guess, of homeschooling and 21 years of being a stay-at-home mum, and I would not give that up for the world, because the relationship I have with my children is so strong, and you are the only one that loves them with the depth of love and commitment and investment that anyone else would have in your children. So just persevere, because like I said, when you come out the other side, you can look back and just see the amazing accomplishment as your children are just flourishing and going out into the world and doing what they love.